On behalf of Terrence Bud Crawford, Mama, Grandma, Grandma, Mama, we made it. Fredo, salute. Fredo says that parade wasn't about shit. What you mean? I enjoyed the parade, honestly, because I enjoyed everything everybody was saying. I enjoyed it. Why you say that, Fredo? I enjoyed it. In fact, I'm gonna play some stuff from the parade. Well, I'm gonna play some stuff from Bud. I wanna listen to Bud check a lot of Canelo fans on the excuses, and then we gonna listen to everything else Bud says about wanting to quit boxing and all types of stuff. So we gonna go ahead and listen to it. The first one, Bomac says he wants. Bomac says Crawford beat Canelo so bad that he's fresh. He might want to do 2 to 3 more fights. That is great news. He didn't take any damage in the Canelo fight. So let's go ahead and listen to some of the action from Terence Crawford's parade, where Bud Crawford, checks the casual boxing fans of the world that are making excuses for Canelo Alvarez. I'm gonna go ahead and play some of that, and I'm gonna talk while it plays. We're gonna break it down. I'm not playing the entire parade. I'm playing parts of it. So let's go ahead and listen. As we listen, I'm gonna break it down.
Pound for pound boxer in the history of boxing, the greatest pound for pound.
Guys, Bud Crawford is getting all the credit he deserves. It's been long overdue. Um, I'm always gonna say this over and over again. This is a guy who got me to fall in love with the sport of boxing. Like I used to watch boxing, but I was a casual boxing fan, and I would just watch boxing here and there because my brother used to box before I started boxing. I used to watch Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya. None of those guys really got me intrigued in the sport of boxing until I seen Bud Crawford. But before that, I used to like Pernell Whitaker. Pernell Whitaker mindset and how mean and crazy he was. I used to like Pernell Whitaker when I used to watch like fighters of the past. So I used to study guys like Pernell. I watched Floyd. I like Floyd, but I wasn't like me watching Floyd didn't make me want to start boxing until I started watching Bud Crawford. I don't know how many times I got to tell you people. Sayable, salute, my guy. I don't know how many times I got to tell you people. I fell in love with the sport because of this guy, Bud Crawford. When I watch this guy fight, it makes me want to go to the gym and punch on the heavy bag. Like, it makes me want to get up and do something. Like, yo, how did he do that? I want to do that. That's how I felt when I first seen the man fight. He made me want to go to the gym, and I've been in the gym for over 12 years now. I've been boxing for over 12 years. I just never went pro. I've had some amateur fights. I've been in the ring with some of the best fighters in Philly. And some of these guys fight on TV right now. I've, I've been in the gym with some of the biggest names in the sport of boxing. I've been in the gym with guys like Julian J. Rock Williams, Brian Jennings, Steve Cunningham, trainers like Brother Nassim Richardson. Um, who else I've been in the gym with? I've been in the gym with what's Jesse Hart. I've been in the gym with Scooter. I actually grew up with Scooter Stephen Fulton. I grew up with Scooter. We come from the same home gym. Scooter is one guy that I know was really dedicated to the sport of boxing, but I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was special, but I never thought he was that special to make it to the top and the pinnacle of the sport of boxing and wants to put his name in the conversation of one of the best fighters to do it, even though he took a devastating loss to Inoue. but he's still out there going for his third weight class to become three division under I mean 3 division champion. I actually grew up with this guy. I never sparred him because he was a lot smaller than me. He was more skilled than me, but he was a lot smaller than me. So my trainer never let me spar Scooter though. I wish I would have got in the ring with him so I could say I shared the ring with Scooter. But I shared the ring with a lot of guys, in the city of Philadelphia. And one of my sparring partners about to go pro right now. His name is Lorenzo Rankin. Look out for him. I actually had him on my channel one time, and we talked boxing. And he came on here and told you I put in work in the gym, because a lot of people kept doubting that I really be in the field. I be in the field. I be trying to tell y'all I really be putting in work. I speak to all the trainers. I go to all the gyms in Philly. I've been in the ring with cruiserweight Musin Kason. I spar him for like 4 rounds. He's a big puncher, and I did 4 rounds with him. He's a cruiserweight, and he's about to fight soon. He said he's related to Hasim Rahman. I went down to Burke's in Philadelphia. I believe it was Burke's. Was it Burke's or Kensington? Boots' old gym. I went down to Bowlesy Dungeon, the old gym, and I got in the ring with a lot of guys down there. But Boots, at that time, Boots had already changed gyms, so I didn't see Boots in his team. But I seen some other guys that I was fortunate enough to get in the ring with. Anyway, let's listen to Bud Crawford, man. It's a blessing to witness this guy finally get his flowers, his just dues. It's amazing, man. But Jack Catterall on the team now. Yeah, I heard. I heard he's getting trained by Ballsy. But let's listen to some of the action from Bud Crawford parade.
Boxer in the history of boxing, Mr. Terence Bud Crawford. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Uh, I'm happy for this moment. I'm happy for the support that Omaha has been giving me over the years. It's been a roller coaster, but we made it to the top. No matter how we made it, we made it.
Yeah, T-Bud career has definitely been a roller coaster, bro. Here is a guy who they blocked out for years. PBC refused to give this guy a shine. They try to keep Earl Spence away from this guy because they know once he beat Earl, he's gonna take everything they built with Earl. And look at Earl hasn't returned to the ring for damn near 2 years. So PBC was smart to keep Earl away from the guy. They kept all the other fighters away. But Earl, he got a little ego too. He wanted to prove he's the best. So he went against his team. Just how his team is doing the same thing. PBC is keeping Gervonta Davis away from Shakur. And Gervonta even admitted, I don't want to lose to Shakur because I'm going to become a meme. Of course you are. Yeah, everybody know that. You don't want to go through that. So you rather lose to Jake Paul instead of Shakur Stevenson. Javonte's a nut, bro. And I like Javonte, but I don't like how he moved, bro. That's my only problem with Javonte. I like him as a fighter, but I don't like his mindset. Kind of similar to how I used to think about Earl Spence. History always repeats itself. So Javonte would do everything to avoid Shakur because he doesn't want to be a meme. I know, it makes sense. And Al Heyman learned from his mistakes from not really talking to Earl to get Earl to really duck Bud Crawford. So he's definitely gonna tell Tank, like, please, I'm begging you, I'll give you whatever fight you want. Just don't fight the monster, Shakur Stevenson. Shit, boxing is so crazy sometimes. But anyway, Bud Crawford had a lot of ups and downs in his career, bro. Um, the ups and downs in his career, the fact that when he came to welterweight, everybody used to like Bud when he was in the little weight classes. Once he came out to welterweight, that's when all the hate started. Cause he started calling out Danny Garcia, Earl Spence, Sean Porter. He didn't call out Sean Porter because that was his homie, but he called out everybody at welterweight, Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman is even on record saying, "I'll fight anybody, but I have no interest in fighting Terrence Bud Crawford." Can you believe a guy flat out coming out and saying, "I have no interest in fighting a guy in my weight class"? A three division champ at the time. You have no interest in fighting a three division champion. Like Keith Thurman literally said that out of his mouth. He said, "But you can entice me, but I can tell you guys right now, I have no interest in fighting Terrence Crawford." And then we had to deal with the crazy pro black fans saying, "Oh, we don't fuck with Terrence Crawford because he's with Bob Arum. Bob Arum's a white guy." Like, what are you talking about? Like, he's with Bob Arum. Bob Arum's a white guy, and Earl's with Al Heyman. Al Heyman's a black guy. Like, the stupidest shit I've ever heard in the sport of boxing. These guys was pushing the weirdest agendas, and it was like pissing me off, bro. Anyway, moving forward, they try everything to discredit this man and block this man from greatness. But the cream always rises to the top, like he says every time. And risk over reward. Big risk, big reward. Remember that shirt Bud Crawford had versus for the Earl Spence fight? This guy is a true role model of the sport, a true icon, the greatest to ever do it in my era. Yeah, no, it is what it is, man. I'm just glad to be a part of it. You know what makes me even more happy, yo? You know what makes me even more happy? Oh, Cybo, salute. Bomac did another interview where he says Bud has 2 to 3 more fights. So I don't know if they really want him to retire. But you know what makes me even more happy? The fact that I was able to talk to this man on the phone. I have his personal phone number. I have a good relationship with his best friend, Chucky from Omaha, Nebraska, who runs a food truck. The fact that I'm able to talk to this guy who has put so much money in my pocket just by falling in love with the sport of boxing. This guy has paid a lot of my bills months ahead, bro. Every time Terrence Crawford fight, all my bills are paid. I promise you guys. How many times I gotta come on here and tell you people the same shit? Every time this man fight, he pays all of my bills in advance. I make so much money every time Bud Crawford fights. It's ridiculous. And you think I'm not gonna promote a guy who's paying all my bills? He's paying all my bills. Why would I not promote this guy who's the best fighter in the sport of boxing? Every time he fights, I get guaranteed paychecks, and my rent is paid months ahead. I just wait. I wish he fought more. I would be a rich man if this guy fought 3 to 4 times a year. I would be a rich man. Fredo, oh, shout out to my guy Fredo for the super thanks. He said, "What win give you more gratification, Spence or Nello?" Hey, yo, Fredo, I ain't gonna lie. Fredo, I ain't gonna lie. It gotta be Spence because I was so deeply invested into the Spence fight. Like I argue with people, it was so draining, bro. For 6 years, for six, Fredo, I actually had two. I actually had like not just two. I actually had like 3 parlays. The one that I bet for the stoppage, I lost on that parlay, but I also just bet Bud money line. So I didn't really lose money. I just didn't make extra money. You understand what I'm saying? I make multiple parlays and all of my bet hit. except for the one that I had on my parlay, Bud by knockout. I also had another parlay, a duplicate parlay, where I had him by decision. You understand? You have to have backups. So I had one by knockout and I had one by decision. And then I just bet Bud money line because I knew he was gonna win. So I made money. I just didn't make all the money I was supposed to because he never got the stoppage against Madrimov. So that's all. Cancel said, let's push for Bud versus Jake. I don't want to see Jake Paul get hurt. That's not a good fight for Jake Paul. Um, but what Bud just did to Canelo, um, what he'll do to Jake Paul it'll be hard to watch. I don't want to see Jake Paul get punished like that. We'll leave it to Gervonta Davis, see if Gervonta can do something with that. But if we push for Bud versus Jake, Jake will probably never box again. And I know that's what a lot of people want, but I don't want to see Jake get hurt. He's gonna get hurt really bad. Anyway, moving forward, they try to block this guy out. They did everything, but the cream always rises to the top. And Bud Crawford is here now. Let's listen to what Bud had to say. Jake is a weight. Jake cancels. Cansled says Jake is a weight age bully. He need to get skill bullied by Bud. He's not just gonna get skill bullied. He's gonna get knocked out if he fights Bud. He's gonna get knocked out. Terence Crawford knocks out heavyweights in sparring, and these heavyweights are better than Jake Paul. So if he's knocking out heavyweights that are better than Jake Paul, um, he's gonna demolish Jake Paul in the real fight. It's not even a competitive fight. He's gonna toy with Jake Paul. Jake already lost to Tommy Fury, the bum brother. Yeah, Jake is gonna get destroyed if he ever step in a ring with a guy like Bud Crawford. It's not even a close fight.
It's definitely a test to say that anything is possible if you work hard at it and you believe in yourself and you have the faith to keep going no matter what the obstacles is put in front of you. And
This is a little off topic, guys. This is a little off topic. Bro, I'm so mad right now. I just bought a chicken cheese steak. I don't know where you guys live at. I live in Philly, right? I bought a chicken cheesesteak from Wawa, and that cheesesteak was so terrible, bro. I'm never buying a chicken cheesesteak from Wawa ever again. I'd rather go to the Poppy store or wherever y'all call it where y'all live at, bodega, whatever. I'm still mad about that. I hate when I spent money and my money, I feel like I wasted my money. You understand what I'm saying? I just bought this sandwich and I'm thinking I'm about to enjoy this sandwich, a chicken cheesesteak, buffalo chicken cheesesteak from Wawa. It was the worst sandwich I've ever tasted. I didn't like it at all. Wawa don't know how to make buffalo chicken sandwich. That was disgusting. That was one of the most disgusting sandwich I've ever tried, and it pissed me off. But it's late, so I can't really go to the Poppy store because the Poppy store closed like 9 around where I live at. So I'm mad about that. I would never buy a chicken cheesesteak from the Poppy store. He said toasted bread, bro. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Why? Because I go get a fire chicken cheesesteak from. Yeah, you said that was just a bad Wawa. Maybe it was. Maybe I went to the wrong Wawa. Salute y'all. It's 7:23 a.m. here. Heaven sent. Where the freak are you at? If it's 7:23 a.m. Bro, it's 1:23 a.m. where I'm at. How the hell you 6 hours behind me? I mean ahead of me. What the freak? Where the freak you at, Heaven sent? Fredo, maybe you're right. Maybe I went to the wrong Wawa, but that cheesesteak was terrible, bro. I didn't like that shit. I felt like I wasted my money. I hate when I feel like I wasted my money.
Get up to $1,000 bonus.
Yeah, where the freak is he at? Oh, he's in Europe. Oh, okay.
practice that to the kids because coming from Omaha, nobody thinks you're capable of doing extraordinary. Well, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yo, Bud try to say extraordinary stuff. He said extraordinary. He said, you know what I'm trying to say. That's funny as shit.
Kind of nervous. The big stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean. So they just think small town. We don't have no great athletes. We don't have no great actors, rappers. Nothing. They just look over us and everything that we do. And most of the people that make it from Omaha, they don't come and give back, or they leave and don't turn around and look back. So it was.
Yo, Gypsy King boxing style, salute my guy. Appreciate you for what you did the other day for me, man. I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. What you did for me the other day, that meant a lot, bro. I just came home from jail. I'm trying to get myself back right. And you looked out for me the other day, Gypsy King boxing style. I was getting to it before I went to jail. When you do like 3-4 months in jail and you come home, it's hard to like really just jump back into society and adjust right away and think everything's gonna go how it was going before. It takes a little time to get back on your feet. And Gypsy King boxing style look out for me the other day. And it meant a lot, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you, Gypsy King. But I didn't get to go to the Boots thing, man. I should have went. I had went it. I was doing my laundry, right, bro? I'm gonna tell you how my day went. So I was doing my laundry, Gypsy King. I was doing my laundry, right? And I take forever to do laundry. That's why I need a wife. I was doing my laundry and it took me forever to do my it took me like 3 hours to do my laundry. And I woke up like 10, 11. So and it started the event started like 1. So I didn't get to go. So I was doing my laundry. It took me like 3 hours. And then I had to get my hair cut because I wanted to look fresh to go up there. I got my hair cut and I did my laundry. By the time I was done, it was like 2 something. And then I was about to, start getting ready to go there, even though it was like I had an hour left. And then I ran into somebody that I was locked up with in jail. And he's like, yo, come here, bro. Da-da-da-da-da. We started hanging out for a little bit. He was like, remember I told you I do this, I do that. And I was like, oh, yeah, you definitely did tell me that. But I don't believe everything people say in jail. But he actually showed me everything he said he did. And, I got his number. He got my number. We're cool or whatever. And I respect everything he said and everything he does. But when you're in jail, everybody is like almost the same in there, unless maybe if you have some money on your books. But I'm just saying they treat everybody the same in jail. But when you on the street, that's when you can identify who's who when you back in society. And this guy that I ran into, who kind of prevented me from going to the Boots thing, um, he's a prominent figure around where I'm from. I just never really noticed. I just never really knew that because we were both in jail, and I couldn't tell what he did outside because I didn't know him personally, even though he's from the same neighborhood as me. But anyway, it was good to catch up with somebody, that's doing something positive with his life or whatever. Yeah. And he's a millionaire. I'm not even gonna lie, the guy's a millionaire. That's what I really want to say. He's a millionaire. You know, I went to jail. I know a few millionaires, but I work for them. But this guy I was locked up with, and he told me he was getting it on the street, and I just never thought he was telling the truth. Because, like I said, when you're locked up with somebody, you don't know what they really do out there. I came home. The guy drives a Rolls Royce. He lives in my neighborhood. He drives a Rolls Royce. He has a Hellcat, He has a Hellcat. He has a freaking S550. I'm like, dang, bro, whatever you doing, keep doing whatever you doing, man. So it was a blessing to see him being out of jail and doing what he's supposed to do, standing on business, you know. But it is what it is. Let me get back to boxing. That's what prevented me from going. Let me read some of these comments. Conscious Boxing says, Bud is a GOAT. Salute, bro. Salute, Conscious Boxing. Been a minute. Why Jake wait, but I read that already. Or is it the same thing? Age bully black fighters, Bud can't skill bully him. What are you talking about, buddy? Heaven sent. I was at a party. Load Swedish Turkish girl. She's making me breakfast. Told her you can only stay if you make me breakfast. Hey, yo. Heaven sent. You crazy, bro. When I think of Sweden, I think of snow bunnies and snow. Hey, yo. Y'all crazy. Fredo, come to Sweden, brother. If you want to never leave a country, go to Poland. Hey, yo. Stop acting like you can't understand me, bruh. No, it's like you saying the same thing over and over. I read it already. I understand what you're saying, bro. It's like you saying the same thing over and over. You said, why can't Jake wait bully, but Bud can't skill bully him? You said it already, bro. Fredo, he said, Fredo said, Ella left my ass off. Anyway, let me get back to the show.
It's very important for me to stay in Omaha to give those young individuals hope and to be able to see, a person that's at the top of the world in a craft and in a sport to be able to say,
Hey, yo, Gypsy King boxing style. Listen to me for a second, right, bro? Uh, me and Boots, we have mutual friends. We from the same city, bro. We even have mutual friends because I spar some of his sparring partners. Me and some of his sparring partners are close friends. And that's the crazy part. So some people think I don't like Boots, but I don't have a problem with Boots. I just don't like that he was cloud chasing Bud. That's all. I never met Boots personally, even though we from the same city. So when I meet Boots, I don't think it's gonna be bad. A lot of people say, "Oh, when you meet Boots, Boots is gonna be, he's gonna feel some type of way." Boots probably don't even know me. I know YSM Sports Media knows me. He might talk to Boots off camera, but Boots don't know me personally. La Jessica, salute. Boots and Virgil, two guys move funny. Yeah, I figure I got you. Yeah, yeah. He don't know me personally. I never met him, but we have mutual friends. We have mutual sparring partners. Like one of my sparring partners, his name is Lorenzo Rankin, right? I actually had him on my show before. I don't know how long you've been following my channel, but he sparred Boots multiple times, and he's one of my sparring partners. And guess how tall he is? He's 6'5", and he fights at 160 something in the amateurs. I forgot 160 something. I forgot what weight that was. He fights in the 160s, and he's 6'5" though, 6'5", and he's one of my sparring partners. I spar him a lot, but he sparred Boots a lot too. Anyway, let's listen to Bud.
he's still here and I can actually physically see him and touch him and to know that it's possible. So, I think that's very, critical for these young individuals because when you're looking at them, they just need an outlet and motivation. And I'm that motivation for them to, succeed in whatever it is in life. They see me and they look at hope. They say, oh, that's hope. If he can do it, I can do it. And that's my main thing is I want to have them, you know, believing in themselves and knowing that, they can come from anywhere in the world and they still can succeed. So,
How is this guy not the face of boxing? Listen to this guy talk. This guy is for the youth, for the better of boxing. He's for the future. Listen to what he's saying, bro. Everything he does, he says he does it for the youth. He does it to make sure these kids are proud of where they come from. This is amazing stuff, guys.
Thank y'all for coming out. We're gonna have a great parade, and we gonna, you know what I mean, we're gonna party later on tonight. I hope all y'all come, and we're gonna have a good day today. So let's celebrate, you know, and enjoy one another, and that's it.
Well, thank you all for coming, and we will see you at the parade for the elected officials. If you can come down to the mayor's office. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Let me take a couple questions. Sorry. Questions? We got some questions. Okay, all right, let's go.
I'm Thomas Diaz with All American News in Northern Nebraska. What message do you have for the Latino and Mexican community of Omaha that are behind you in your corner since even though you were fighting Canelo, one of the biggest Mexican boxers, and there were a lot of people from the Mexican community that were behind you and cheering you on?
It's the same thing. You know, I appreciate them. You know, it's no different because they Latino. You know, like I said, I've been, you know, locked in with the Latino community since I started boxing. So, you know, the Latinos is just like any other, you know, race. You know, we all one at the end of the day. You know, we got to support each other and look at each other like brothers and sisters.
This fall, heel pain.
Shout out to Bud for not creating strive in the sport of boxing. We know boxing is a very racially motivated sport. A lot of you guys try to ignore it. Boxing is a very racially motivated sport. A lot of people like who they like because they look like them, the color of their skin. Hey, I like this guy because he's black. I like this guy because he's white. I like this guy because he's Hispanic. I like this guy because he's Eastern European. We know that's why you like the guy. Me personally, I like fighters because of their skill set. If you black, white, Puerto Rican, or Asian, and you have exceptional skills, because I admire the sweet science. You understand what I'm saying? So if you embody the sweet science, I'm gonna support you no matter what. I don't give a freak about your race. I'm not a race channel. I come on here and talk boxing. I don't care. So when I like just for example, let me break this down. When I come on here and do my prediction, people come in my channel and say, "Hey, you're only picking that guy because he's black." Or you only picking that guy because it is. No, bro, I'm picking this guy because I did my homework. And my homework is telling me styles make fights, skills pays the bills. And you mad at me because I'm telling you this guy is the better fighter skillfully and he has all the tools necessary to beat the other guy. And you saying I'm only picking this guy because he's black? That don't make sense. Don't do that. This is not a race channel. I focus on the sport of boxing because at the end of the day, um, siding with a race is not gonna put money in my pocket. It's not about siding with different races when it comes to a sport. It's about unity and it's about putting money in my pocket. If I know um the Spanish guy is better, why would I bet money on a black guy? Like it just doesn't make sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't do that race shit when it comes to boxing. I know boxing is a very racially motivated sport, but I call it how I see it. That's just how I move. There's other channels out here for that. If you're interested in that, you go on their channel and you guys talk race over there. I talk boxing over here. I like the fighters that I like based off of their skill set, what they bring to the table.
Looking at the accomplishment, like, have you had a chance to look back at the fight? Did what sticks out to you about the fight that maybe did stick out to you in the moment of fighting Canelo?
Nothing.
Hey yo, when Michael Viegas Marcos Villegas, my fault, from Fight Hub TV. When he started talking, guys, Marcos Villegas from Fight Hub TV, when he started talking, right, Bud face changed a little bit because Bud, like everybody else, Bud watches a lot of these interviews. Don't let these fighters tell you they don't watch these interviews. They use these interviews as motivation. I guarantee you, Bud watched a lot of Marcos Villegas interviews where he was like, how can Crawford beat Canelo? Is his skill set good enough to breach the weight gap? He kept saying the same shit over and over. So I'm pretty sure Bud remembered that. Bud's gonna ask him, aren't you one of the guys who picked against me? And he's gonna be like, no, 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 I actually picked you. Start cabbing.
Nothing sticked out to me because I was in the moment, so I understood everything that was going on. There was some surprises, I can say that, but me being in that moment and knowing everything that was going on when it was happening, it was like everything just slowed down to me at that moment.
Have you given thought about like what other goal or challenge seems interesting to you?
To be honest, no. I just been chilling. I've been on a pew 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 since the fight, so I really ain't had time to even decompress, really. So I ain't got time to think about my next move or anything.
Omaha's always been behind you. When it comes to today, having the parade, having all the officials here, and to be celebrating you, and you're talking about giving back, to have Omaha giving back to you, the state of Nebraska giving back to you, what does that mean today?
It means everything, because me putting Omaha on my back since I was a kid, fighting in at the Quest Center in 2006, and everybody coming out to support me as a kid, and me taking that. And
I was like a baby in 2006. What the freak? Bud Crawford said fighting at the Quest Center in 2006. In 2006, I was a kid. I was a young boy. 2006. Let me read some of these comments. We got Fredo saying Boots and Virgil, two guys move funny. Gypsy King Boxing Style says, I figure I got you. Yeah. Saw Rebel says, New Crawford. New Crawford was going to beat Spence as well as Canelo Alvarez. Stood with them the whole time. Saw Rebel. You're a smart guy if you knew that. You should have made some money on it too. Because Bud Crawford pays all my bills ahead of time. That's one guy you can't bet against when he fights. It don't matter who he's fighting. You gotta bet Bud. He always finds a way to win. Do not bet against a guy like Bud Crawford. If I ever tell you something and you ever listen to anything I told you, I want you to listen to me now. Never bet against Bud Crawford. He's going to pay your bills months in advance. Let me read some of these other comments. My Buffalo lost again. This some bullshit. Hey yo. Saw Rebel said, beat, salute. Boots don't fight nobody. Adam, salute. Been watching you for a minute, champ. Saw Rebel, salute. I appreciate you, Brody. Thank you, man. You one of the reasons why the channel's still around. If you've been around for a minute, I appreciate you, Brody. Thanks for the support. Thanks for liking and subscribing and sharing the videos, man. It means a lot to me, man. It really do. You guys are my motivation. You guys are the reason why I keep going. Keep doing what I'm supposed to do. I just got to keep it consistent. That's all. It's really hard to do it because um, I currently don't have a job and I make money off my phone doing all types of stuff. So without a job, I have to make money on a daily because I have a newborn and I have to make money every day. And if YouTube paid me like daily, then I would do YouTube every day. But I gotta wait a whole month to get paid from YouTube. That's why I don't do YouTube every day. But if I was getting paid the same days I drop videos, I would do YouTube every single day. Every day. There, I won't take a day off if I get paid on YouTube every day. But anyway, it is what it is. No credit. Bud, the only fighter I ever watched where fights looked the same. Glenn Johnson, salute. I agree. He's never had a close fight. He's the most dominant fighter in all of boxing, where he gets knockouts or he gets unanimous decisions. No close fights.
Ring as a professional, and every fight that I fought in, I'm repping my city and my state, Omaha, Omaha, Omaha. Because when you look at all these other states and stuff like that, they say, "Oh, well, I'm from New York, or I'm from Texas, I'm from Chicago, I'm from Omaha." You know, so I'm gonna rep my city just like everybody around the world rep their city. So, you know, I love that Omaha is supporting me, and I, you know, love them. You know, and we support each other.
Saw Rebel, salute. I like Boots versus Bud at 160. The only problem with that is when Boots loses, which he um, will Bud get credit for beating Boots? Because Boots, even though he was a unified champion at 147. Other than that, he hasn't really done nothing in the sport of boxing. Maybe if he goes on to do even more stuff after he loses to Crawford, but as of right now, I don't think Bud will get credit for being a guy like Boots. I still would like to see the fight, but the thing about that is when you try to fight a guy multiple times and the guy turn it down, you're going backwards. Um, if I can remember correctly, Virgil Ortiz was the number one ranked fighter in the WBO. Virgil Ortiz, the president of the WBO's Parco Vacarcel, said Virgil Ortiz turned down the Terence Crawford fight twice. The next guy in line was Jerron Boots Ennis. Jerron Boots Ennis also turned down the Terence Crawford fight. Jerron Boots Ennis went and fought for the IBF interim belt when he could have fought for the real belt versus Terence Crawford. I remember doing a live with Boxing Nerd. I don't know if you guys know who Boxing Nerd is. I remember doing a live with Boxing Nerd where we talked about, um, hey, you know, Boots is about to beat Terence Crawford's mandatory. We're going to see that fight. That was before Crawford even fought Spence. Boots is ranked number 2 in the WBO. We might get that fight before Crawford versus Earl. I remember this like it was yesterday, guys. Glenn, is it Glenn or is it Saul? Who said something about Boots? Whoever said something. Oh, I think it's Saul. Soul Rebel, my fault. I remember Soul Rebel. I remember this like it was yesterday. I was right here on this platform talking to my guy, Boxing Nerd, saying Boots is about to beat Terence Crawford mandatory in the WBO. You know what Boots did, bro? Boots removed himself from the WBO ranking, bro. He went and fought Karen Chuka Hudson. Once he fought Karen, he became an IBF interim champion, which removes him automatically from all the other sanctioning bodies. He got removed because he's now the interim champion for the IBF, and he can only fight the IBF champion next. He can fight anybody he wants, but the IBF champion is the only he can only be a mandatory for the IBF belt by winning the IBF interim belt. So when he did that, me and Boxing Nerd, I looked at Boxing Nerd like, what the freak is wrong with your boy? He was literally right there to become mandatory for Terence Crawford. And he goes and he fight a guy for an interim belt instead of fighting Terence Crawford for his real belt. It might have been PBC idea, but that's still a duck. That's still a duck. Do you understand what I'm saying? It might have been PBC idea though, but that's still a duck if you really sit down and look at it. And then there was another opportunity, bro. Boots was offered a fight with Terence Crawford on BLK Prime. Boots' team turned down the fight. They said, no, we're not fighting Crawford on BLK Prime. Crawford, the champion, needs to come to our network and fight us on Showtime. How can you, Boots, a guy who has done nothing in the sport at the time, tell the pound for pound king Terence Crawford he has to come to your network to fight you when he's offering you a fight to fight on BLK Prime? So Rebel, tell me what world did Boots Ennis live in for him to think he can make a demand to the best fighter in boxing to come fight on his network when that guy's telling you, come fight on BLK Prime. No, you come fight on Showtime. He don't have any say. He never wanted to fight. The fans want to see him fight Crawford. He doesn't want to fight Crawford. It is what it is. Kieran nearly beat him too. I know. Gypsy, shit. That was one of the closest. The first one was pretty good. The second one was real competitive. Karen was doing his thing in the second fight. Nobody gonna be three-time undisputed in three divisions for years to come. I don't know. The reason why I don't know, the New Way has a great shot to do that. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. As long as the New Ways keep fighting, he has a great chance to become undisputed again. You know, he wants to do what Terence Crawford did, but I will tell you this: he's not gonna do it how Crawford did it. You don't think he will? But I don't think he's gonna do it. If he does go for it, he's not gonna do it how Crawford did it. Crawford went up two weight classes to become undisputed for the third time. I can't see a New going up two weight classes to fight the undisputed champion. He might go up two weight classes to fight a good fighter, but not an undisputed fighter. I don't see him doing that. You know, something like what Crawford did. But it is what it is.
If I can follow up, just what does today mean also in terms of like you've been talking about, you've been all over doing press tours and everything else, but this today kind of feel like an exhale almost of like now I get to just have fun and enjoy back in your city.
Yeah, you know, like I said, man, we gonna have a good time tonight. You know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the parade. I'm kind of mad that it's a whole bunch of construction going on. You know, it's hard to get out here. But you know what I mean? Yes, it definitely does. But we gonna make it do what it do, and I'm expecting a great turnout today.
FanDuel Sportsbook and Casino.
See what you're saying, but there's monsters up there. Yeah, there is monsters up there. The monster will have to go through some monsters. You know what's crazy? I seen the monster get his eye socket broken. I seen him get dropped. I seen him get his eye socket broken. You know, I seen him in some tough fights already. I haven't really seen Bud Crawford in a tough fight. The monster got his eye socket broken by a old fighter. What's this guy name, man? That fought Guillermo Rigondeaux. What's the guy name that fought Guillermo Rigondeaux, man? How can I forget? He's a Filipino fighter. You guys know Nito Donaire. He broke Inoue's eye socket. The guy was 40 years old when he fought Inoue. Donaire, yup. He broke Inoue's eye socket and he hurt him to the body too. Wow. That was impressive. to break Inouye's eye socket.
What is that saying that you never really, appreciate someone until like their is gone. Do you kind of relate to that quote? And on top of it, do you feel like, especially today, that you're getting your flowers as that whole time? Yeah, for sure. But it's still, when you look at it, it's still excuses. Like I said before the fight, you know, every one of my biggest fights, I say, I'm gonna be prepared for the excuses. When you so great and you so much ahead of your competition, you know, they look at the fighters that you fight and say they nobodies because how much you beat them by or the level of skills that oppose against them. So when I fight this guy, it's all he was a nobody. When I fight this guy, all he was washed. When I fight this guy, it's an excuse. So who you want me to fight? I beat this guy. It's an excuse. I beat this guy. He's too young or whatever. So
See what I'm saying? See what Crawford's saying? Everybody he beats is an excuse. Going into this Canelo fight, I even try to tell y'all to get the excuses out before the fight happened. And you guys said, oh, we don't have any excuses because Crawford's not winning the fight. This is what y'all was telling me. I'm not talking about you guys in the comments. I'm talking about the Canelo fans, the people that was picking Canelo to win. Going into this fight, I was telling these guys, give me all your excuses now because I don't want you to have any excuses after the fight. And these guys refuse to give me their excuse. They're like, oh, there's going to be no excuses because we don't believe Bud Crawford's going to win that fight. We don't believe Bud Crawford's going to win that fight. There's going to be no excuses. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, come on, man, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. I kept telling these guys, I'm like, yo, I've been here before. We've been here before. This is not our first rodeo. This is not our first time being here. We've been here before. You understand what I'm saying? We've all been here before. And Bud did it at 38 years old. Yes, he did. At 38 years old, he did it. He did it, bro. He did it. Yes, sir. Which is highly impressive to do that at 38 years old, bro. Are you kidding me right now? 38 years old, beating the boogeyman, the monster. On, are you kidding me right now? Bud Crawford did that. He went in there and he was real dominant. Boy, oh boy. He gave Canelo the belt. Uh. Let me see some. Let me see some. Let me see. Let me see some. 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 Let me see some.
now on the streets, I'll break. If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck. Right now, on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck. If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it.
The whole world know it. If you fought Bud, he's breaking your neck. Look at Jerron Ennis getting punched on. Look at Jerron Ennis getting touched up by David Avenesian. Look at that. Look at Jerron Ennis missing. Look at Jerron Ennis getting punched on. by low-level fighters. Man, oh man. What is that? Mama, we made it. Mama, we made it. Hey, hey, mama, grandma, we made it. Imagine he had the opportunities in New Weight and Lomo had getting title shots within their first 5 fights. Oh my gosh, he be the greatest, 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 greatest of all time.
I'm never really gonna get my full respect until afterwards. Yes, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. We really didn't realize it until now when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the number one guy that's the face of boxing, and the way that I handled that, people like, oh, man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. And I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, so I just think, when you that much better than the competition, people not going to give you credit.
So y'all heard what Bud just said? He touched on all the excuses for Canelo. People said Canelo took a dive. Turkey paid Canelo to lose. Canelo's washed. He wasn't at his best. But this wasn't what y'all was saying before the fight though. I don't understand you boxing fans. Before the fight, you guys were saying Terence Crawford is only fighting Canelo as a money grab. Right or wrong? Did you not say Crawford was fighting Canelo because that's a money grab? How the freak you gonna change your mind? I thought it was a money grab. Now it's a money grab for Canelo. I thought it was a money grab for Crawford. I try to give you guys the facts and said, I don't think it's a money grab for Bud. If Bud is not getting a 50-50 split or a 60-40 split, Canelo's getting $150 million and Bud Crawford's only getting freaking 50. Canelo is getting 3 times his highest payday. Canelo thought nobody was gonna pay that money, and they pay that money for Canelo. So he deserved the belt to add.
So they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was good.
Last one.
Hey, Bud, if box office down, you distinguish yourself among all your peers with that phenomenal win. I'm not sure there's another name that can elevate you further. So if you could fight any fighter from any era, who would it be and why? Why everybody always ask me that question? My bad, we got a different one. Yeah, give me a different one, because I'm right. But how important is preparation for you, and what advice did Bomac hammer in with you, or maybe what tape resonated with you the most? I think preparation is everything. If you prepare to the best of your abilities, great things is gonna come from that. I always say hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard. So if you talented, without the work ethic, somebody can outwork you that want it more. So you gotta have everything all in sync. You gotta work hard, especially when you're at the top, because everybody gunning from you. Everybody worked extremely hard to dethrone you. And in camp, Bo Magnum just basically was just telling me stay disciplined. Stay disciplined, because knowing me, I'm a fighter. I like to fight, so sometimes I get hit. I'll be like, oh, I need to get that back. Let's go.
So Terence Crawford speaks on in camp, what they was telling him to do, stay disciplined. He wanted to go in there and really put the beats on Canelo, beats by Drake. He wanted to beat up on Canelo really bad, but he said Bomac and him told him to stay disciplined and just outbox Canelo. But he really wanted to go in there and touch up on Canelo, show him how much of a dog he is. If it wasn't for Bomac and him telling him, yo, box this guy, don't go in there trading with him. I think if he would have went in there trading with Canelo, he would have knocked Canelo out. Honestly. Let me up, drop the link. DA. Who the freak are you? I don't even know who you are. Talking about let me up. What do you mean let me up? Where I know you from? Don't do that, bro.
So it's all about staying disciplined, stay composed, and listening to your team and having faith in them.
All right, thanks everyone. We're gonna do photos.
Who's DA? I don't remember. You know me, Scud. Where I know you from, bro? The Rack. I don't know anybody from. Who's DA, bro? Who's DA? I'm gonna let you up, though. I'm gonna let you up because I'm bored and nobody's coming up that I really want to talk to. So I'll let you up only because I'm bored, but I don't remember you. Okay, well, let me find out because I don't remember you. I think you changed your name or some shit. So I'm gonna let you up. Hit the link. Come up. Talk to me. Come up and talk to me, buddy. But I don't remember you. I ain't gonna lie. Let's look at Jerron Ennis getting punched on again by a low level competition. Damn, look at that. Look at Canelo and Bud years ago. Oh wow. I remember I kept telling people if Earl Spence is getting punched on like this, what do you think Bud's gonna do to him? And they kept saying, no, 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 that's not gonna happen. And we seen what happened with Earl versus Bud. Anyway, let me talk to DA from the rack. Oh no, this Dwight Anderson. Oh shit. Dwight. Yo, what's up, boy? I'm like, ooh, bro. Yo, what's up with you, bro?
Yo, Keith, what's up, my nigga?
Yo, where you been, boy? What's going on with you?
I had some shit going on where I had to motherfucking get out of jail, all
Yo,
type of
I heard
shit,
you
man.
was booked, man.
Yeah.
I was
I had
booked
got
too.
locked
I
up
just
and
came
shit.
home. I was booked on a
No, hey,
domestic, bro.
no. When I just came home and shit, I
Hmm.
had hit B Nerd up. He had told me that you had some shit going on. You know, I don't want to speak on niggas' personal business too much,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I was
yeah,
tickled for a little bit too, my guy.
yeah. He told me that you had some shit going on, man.
My baby mom, she got me
Yeah.
in a
No, no,
domestic.
no, 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 no. Don't speak on all that shit, gang. You on the internet, man. You ain't got to do all that
I
with
don't
me.
give
But
a fuck, bro.
no, 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 no. Listen,
I
listen.
beat the
I
case.
know niggas go through it. I know
I
niggas
beat
go
the
through it.
case though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh, I
that
ain't
shit
know
got
none of that.
dismissed.
No, listen. I'm late then because I told you B Nerd was telling me like you had some shit going on. That's why I was like, oh, I bet I'm gonna let bro handle what he got going on. That's why I ain't never said nothing. For real, for real.
Oh yeah, that joint chalk, bro. I just came home though, but the case got beat in August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm
Because
straight.
motherfuckers was telling me some whole other shit about you. That's why I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let folks chill out and figure that little shit out. Cause I had got locked up way before you.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I had got locked up way before you. That's why when I got out of jail, I had beat Nerd up and shit. He like, yeah, folks locked up. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
For what? At the most, that was my number one question. Like, what the fuck he done did on bro?
Yeah, yeah. I ain't
And
really do nothing. It's just my baby mom on some hating shit.
bro, I ain't know nothing. No cap. I
What's up with you though? You good? You
hell,
make some money
nigga.
on that Crawford
Hold
Canelo
on,
fight
hold
or
on, hold
no?
on, hold on. Did I make some chicken? Did I make some
Hey,
chicken?
yo,
Did I make some
Dio.
chicken? Listen,
Okay,
hold on,
okay.
and all you niggas talking shit, talking about some all folks duck paying motherfuckers. Where y'all niggas at now? I got whatever niggas looking for on folks
Ooh.
them. I'll pay you little niggas on for them, but y'all didn't understand that motherfuckers going through real life shit, nigga. I hear that shit
Let me
going
see that
on.
again, bro. Let me see that
Hold
again.
on.
Let me
On
see
my
that
daughter,
again.
nigga. I keep it.
Ooh.
I keep it. I keep it on phone them. And when I doing the same shit on your channel before,
Uh-huh.
I was doing the same shit, showing all the bread. So stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. All you niggas acting like I ain't gonna pay $1,000 bet, nigga. Stop playing with me.
I know that's right.
For real, bro. Come on, bro. I keep the chicken, bro. And it's a nigga that don't know me from a can of paint. Didn't I keep the chicken every time I came on this bitch?
Yeah, you always had that thing on you.
Come on, bro. Stop playing, bro. Niggas need to stop playing with me, bro. I ain't get back on this bitch. Folks was telling me that he hear shit going on. Then I hear shit going on, nigga. Ain't no boxing motherfucking shit more important than my life, nigga.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shit
You
happens. You
feel me?
feel me?
You feel me? Cause shit happens on folks now. But all you niggas that's talking about, oh, I ain't pay y'all. I pay y'all right now. And when I pay y'all, nigga, it's up, nigga. It's right back to the same shit. Don't get me wrong. I was wrong on the Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford shit. I
That was your
admit it.
boy. That was your
That
boy.
was
Of
my
course.
dog.
Yo,
That's
it
my
was too
dog.
much. Yo, listen, it was too much emotion because we was going back and forth. It was just too much. It was pick a
Right,
side season.
right,
You just had to pick a side.
right. For sure. For sure. For sure. You
You
had to
had to
pick a
rock.
side.
You had to rock with your guy. So I
You had
feel
to
you.
pick a side. But can I say this though?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna be real for all the niggas that hate on me and say woo woo and this and that.
Right.
For our era, anybody that's from probably like 28 to like 30, 35,
Mm-hmm.
Crawford the best of our era, nigga. I'm willing to say that. He convinced me.
That's big
I'm
praise, bro.
convinced. I'm convinced. I'm one of them niggas that's not gonna dick
Yeah, you
ride to
ain't gonna
the end.
hate. Once a
I'm not
nigga
gonna
show
hate
you
or
who he
dick.
is,
You
you gonna
feel me?
respect it.
You feel me? I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
Uh-huh.
Crawford is the best of our generation.
He
Cause
definitely is, bro. He definitely is.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of
I
them
told
niggas,
you he got me into boxing.
bro. I'm one of them niggas that said Crawford was gonna damn near lose this fight. I was scared. Listen, I'm one of them niggas that was scared for him. Like,
Mm,
nah, don't do that 168, but he pulled it off. And I'm one of them niggas that can see and say he's the best of our era, man.
definitely is, bro. There's no
I'm one
debating
of them.
that.
I'm one of them niggas that can say that. For real, for real. Cause you done heard me been on this bitch debating Crawford ain't shit, all this. Nah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We talk our shit, of course.
but I'm one of them ones. Once you prove me wrong, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
come up here and
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
come
stand
out
on it.
here and give you a credit.
I'm gonna come on here and stand on it, bro. No homo.
Hey, yo,
And
tell
give
me
him his
how I
credit.
try to save Kareem, right? You know Kareem boxing.
Of course, of course. I ain't forgot nobody, bro. I told you I just been locked up, bro. It's all good.
No, I'm talking about the Crawford versus Canelo fight. I try to tell
Mm-hmm.
Kareem, yeah, Kareem boxing. I try to tell him about why Canelo's gonna lose the fight
Uh-huh.
because how slow he is, his feet is slow, and all this other shit. He like, no, Canelo gonna get back for Spence. I'm like, bro, don't think like that, man.
Listen. And I got a great question. So
Go ahead, go ahead.
you think do you think
Uh huh.
Canelo still could dominate from 168 to 175?
It depends who he fights. He can, but it depends who he fights. Cause,
Because
you know,
I don't think losing to Crawford is a detriment to Canelo. I don't. You lost to the number one fighter in the world, nigga.
yeah,
You lost. Don't get me wrong. Even though he
Mm-hmm.
was coming up, I give you that. Even though he was coming up, punch of power, all that. Woo, woo, you know what you know what everybody say. You know what everybody say. But
Right.
I'm saying is it's still to me if Crawford weighed 170, 168 and you lost to him, it wouldn't be a detriment to you as far as
Right.
Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Canelo is still a great. Don't shit on him because he just lost to Crawford.
To
That's
Crawford,
my thing.
somebody
Oh,
the
you
greatest
feel
of
what I'm
this
saying?
era.
Right. You feel exactly what I'm saying. Then, if
Oh
you
yeah,
know what
for
I'm saying?
sure,
Like
bro.
if Crawford came up with all the skills that he has and he beat you at 168, it's no reason to feel bad, gang. That
Yeah,
hell
cause
no.
bro, at the end of the day, we gotta understand Canelo himself was in them little weight classes too.
For sure. He was a 147 at one point. He was a 154 at one point. He
Bro,
was
he
a
was
160 at one point. You
bro,
damn right.
he was low as 140 at one point.
Damn, hold on. I didn't even know Canelo fought at 140 at one
That's
point.
where he started.
Wow. No, because listen, I thought he started as a welterweight. You killing me with this new
Yeah, he started
information
at
right now.
lightweight. He started at lightweight.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, he started at 140. Crawford started at 135 though. Canelo
Wow.
started at
But no, you
140.
know, I ain't gonna lie, I always keep it the same. I feel like Crawford was killing himself to make 135. But
No,
wow.
yo, Dwight, I won't say he was killing himself.
No,
I
he was killing
say,
himself. If he
bro,
the
listen.
physique that I saw on this
Hear me out for a
168
second,
scale.
Dwight.
No,
Hear
no,
me out for a second.
listen. The physique that
Hmm.
I saw on this
Right.
168 scale that Crawford brought,
Hmm.
Crawford looked like a fucking monster
He did. But
on
hear
that
me out for
scale.
a second, bro.
I'm
You
listening.
know when
Okay.
when you younger, bro, it's easier to make that weight class. But when you get older, the weight start to stick on you, bro.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so we can't just say, hey, he was weight bullying at that time because he was younger. So when you younger, you
Okay.
skinny as shit. You could
Okay.
cut the weight. When you get
Okay.
older, that weight is harder to cut. You can't really like
Okay.
you
Okay.
can't.
All right. All right. Look, listen. I'm finna give you something about me right now.
All right,
Look,
go ahead.
and I used to wrestle, right? I
Right,
walk
right.
around probably at 160. No
Uh
cap. I
huh.
walk around probably at 160. But I used to cut to 126, nigga. And
You
this
used to
one,
cut to 126.
120. I won a state championship in in Greco-Roman in
Really,
the 8th grade.
that's impressive.
Nigga, no, listen to me. Cutting weight
I like Brazilian Jiu Jitsu though. Greco-Roman is good, but Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is the best.
as far as incapacitating your opponent. That's what that's good for. Like
Right.
you breaking
All the
arms,
crazy
breaking
submissions,
shoulders,
all that.
yeah, all that shit. You feel me? But we ain't on that right now. We talking about Crawford. But cutting weight when you young is hell of an advantage. But what I'm saying is this nigga Crawford was building up to muscle.
Mm,
He wasn't building up to losing weight. I
right.
feel like in this fight, he was building more than taking off. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah. That's what
where
he did. That's what
the
he did.
He ain't
difference
had to
was.
cut no. He ain't had to cut no weight at all.
You right. He was building more
Right,
than destroying. That's what I feel like the
That's why he took
full
that. That's why he took that long layoff.
right.
that too. But you got to understand when you building muscle is way harder to build than fat, y'all. You got to
Mm,
understand that. People don't understand that. People that sit on their couch and have a Roku motherfucking controller in their hand and shit, they don't know. They don't know what it feel like to run on the treadmill and get 6 miles in. Like they don't know
right.
what that feels like.
Yeah.
I do.
And Crawford's physique allows
Thank
him to
you.
go up and down weight because he's
Thank
wiry.
you.
Like
Thank you.
look at his arm reach
Thank
compared to
you.
most of his fighters.
There you
His
go.
reach. he usually outreaches most of his fighters because of his
They don't
skeleton.
have that. They don't
Right?
have that.
How
His
he's built.
skeletal makeup is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Crazy.
It's made for going up and down in weight.
But I'm not saying Crawford can go up to 205 and shit like that.
Right,
No,
right. That's
no,
crazy.
no,
That's
no, no,
crazy.
no. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying this as a person that walks around. I walk around at 260. But if I wanted to
Whoa, yo,
box,
what you just say? 260,
I'm sorry, not 260. I didn't mean to
160.
say 160, 160. But if I wanted to box somebody that was 126, I know I'm gonna beat the shit out of them damn near. Nigga,
You gotta be able to hit them though. If they real
And
skilled
not
I'm
too.
only
going
that,
to
you
no
gotta
no no
worry
no no
about
no 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 no.
your
I'm gauging all of that in there. As far as when I'm talking about Crawford,
All right, go ahead,
he
go ahead,
got
go ahead.
he got speed, he got punching power, he got
yeah,
all that. He's
yeah.
cutting down and he's walking around at 168. He's building that extra 8 pounds. You feel me? The extra 8 pounds to just make it to 168. He build that. And then I get to walk in the motherfucking ring on ring night and I get to
Yeah.
weigh whatever the fuck
So
I want.
yeah, and also Canelo was the perfect opponent
I don't
because
think that. Go ahead.
Benavidez Crawford said it out of his mouth. Benavidez is a big dude, man. He like 6'2", walking around over
You
200
think
pounds.
Benavidez can beat Canelo?
I think they need to fight. It's long overdue.
Yeah, I want to see that fight still.
I want to see it too.
I want to see
it too.
that. I want to see that. Something like next year, Cinco de Mayo, something like that.
All right, can I say something? Can I say something
Yeah,
about
go
that
ahead,
fight?
bro.
I want to say something about that fight. Look, I love the fight. I think it's blockbuster. I think if that shit go down
Mm-hmm.
in Texas,
Oh
oh my
yeah,
God.
oh
Oh
yeah,
my God.
right in Texas Stadium.
Oh my
The
God.
Cowboy Stadium.
Cowboy Stadium. Oh my God,
Yeah,
nigga.
man.
But
On
think
Cinco
about
de
this.
Mayo, on
Yep,
Cinco de
yep,
Mayo,
yep, yep. You know what
that'd be
listen,
crazy.
you know what I'm talking about, dear.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my thing
On,
Yes,
they,
about that
sir.
on one
fight,
of their holidays, that's gonna
yep,
be a
yep,
huge fight
that'd be a
Yes,
huge fight,
sir.
because that's the passing of the torch.
bro.
Yeah.
But the thing about that fight, the only thing about that fight,
That might do just as much as Crawford Canelo as far as numbers,
it
man.
might, it might. You know, I'm talking about organic though, not
Yeah.
no fight on Netflix,
Right,
not no fight
right.
on Netflix. I'm talking about organic.
Yeah, straight pay-per-view.
Straight pay-per-view. But my thing about that fight is I think Canelo is too much of a precise puncher for
Mm-hmm.
Benavidez.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
can hurt Benavidez.
I do too. I do
Wow.
too. I do
That'll be
too.
crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
see
he's too
Canelo hurting
precise.
Benavidez, bro. I
No,
see it.
no. The whooping part, you going too far. But I'm talking about what
No, I
I
said
see.
hurt and not
Hurt. Oh, okay,
whooping.
okay, okay,
Tear
okay. I thought you
that
said
liver
whooping.
up, bro. Tear that liver up all night. That
And I
liver
like
shot.
Benavidez. I like Benavidez a lot.
Me too. I like the Mexican monster.
The
Hey,
thing is, Benavidez ain't gonna have the defense of Crawford to slip Canelo punches and counter him like that.
so can Crawford
Nah,
beat Benavidez at 168? Let's get real.
nah,
Let's get
man. Nah,
real.
I don't even
Yeah.
want to talk about that,
Yeah.
man.
No, no,
I
no. We
don't think
talking
that's fair.
about it. We
I don't
talking
think
about
that's
it.
fair.
He said,
I
"We
think
talking." Yo, Dwight,
I think we need to talk about that
Dwight, you
fight
already know what side I'm on, bro.
You
I
know
think
how I get when I'm on here. You know how
hey
I get
bro,
when I'm on here.
Listen, if
I
that man,
think
I'm gonna
Bennett
tell y'all this though. If that man feels like he could do it, I'm a side
You
with him
not betting against him. You
100%.
on
pay
his
that
side.
man.
Hey, I
No,
feel you. I
pay that
feel you.
man. Pay
I
that
feel you.
man. 100 over
If
100
Crawford
mil.
himself tells us,
He can beat. So
listen,
so wait. At 168,
right?
you feel like Crawford can beat Benavidez. No cap. Like
If
we just
he
asked
believe
you.
he could do it, then yes, I believe he could
Right.
do it.
Oh my God.
If I hear
If I hear
Terrence himself,
Terrence say it,
yo,
and
Dwight,
I'm with you. If I hear
Dwight,
Terrence say it out his mouth,
he's
he believe he could
realistic,
do it.
Dwight.
I'm right. Yeah. But
Dwight,
if
Bro,
he
that pressure
but
would
from
be
what I heard,
crazy.
from what I heard, out of Terrence's mouth, he said, "Yo, Benavidez is a
He's a
big
big
dude.
guy. Yeah.
He's
That
6'2",
pressure would be
over 200 pounds,
crazy,
bro.
bro. And he
Nah,
walk
we
around
need Canelo.
250
Canelo need
plus.
to fight. Canelo need to fight. It's mandatory. And fight Benavidez, and
He ain't
then
gonna
we can
fight
talk.
Benavidez.
Then maybe we could see that. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yo, I want to see the rematch first, though. I want to see Crawford versus Canelo
Wait, wait,
rematch.
wait. I got a
shit in
question. I got a
perspective.
question.
Crawford is the king,
Is it no Crawford King right now? Crawford pound for
right?
pound #1. I'm not denying
Right.
it.
So that
But what I'm
means,
saying is you
he
chasing
make the
these weight
rules.
classes, nigga. If you chasing these weight classes, nigga, if
Man, he
you
ain't
at
gotta chase
168,
shit. Crawford don't even got to fight right now.
oh
So
nigga,
I'm keeping it real.
Crawford can stop.
He can
Crawford
retire
can walk
right now if
away.
he wanted to.
Crawford can walk
The
away.
only
Crawford
the
can walk
only
away.
reason why we saying Crawford can still fight because he looks so good. He's so dominant.
Exactly,
That's it.
exactly,
And he's 38 years old and he's accomplished way more in boxing
All
than
right,
what
so
he
fuck
needed
it.
to.
So fuck
So
it.
it's
Crawford
like,
got to
bro,
retire.
we need to
Crawford got
talk
to retire.
about Benavidez and Canelo.
So
The
Crawford
nigga
got to retire.
that he been ducking, they need to fight. Period. And
Okay,
and
okay,
until
okay, okay,
and then,
okay,
and
okay. You changing this?
until
You
they
changing
fight
this? You changing this more to a Canelo argument more than Crawford. Crawford solidified what you said. You saying it's
all
more
day
of a
long,
Canelo thing.
right?
No. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm
Yeah,
not.
man.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
Right.
with you.
And we all still want to see that fight. We want to see
I'm
it.
with that. Look, I'm not the nigga that's denying you. I'm the nigga that's
Oh
with
no,
you
no,
right now.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah. I'm the nigga
understanding.
that's with you.
So until we
Yeah.
see that fight, that's when I feel like we can talk about the 168 more. But they need to clear that shit up.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Anything under one heavyweight and up under, I mean above welterweight, that shit kind of in shambles right now anyway. If we gonna keep it a
It is,
bean,
bro.
if we
You
gonna
ain't
keep it a
lying.
bean, I ain't lying, Emma.
Nah, bro.
154, 60,
Yup,
68,
1-6, all that.
75,
That's why I said, man,
light heavyweight,
Crawford did the
all
boxing
that
world a
shit.
favor, man. We need to be thanking Crawford, bro, for at least bringing some solidarity to boxing.
But
That
the
we
thing
can,
about it,
we all
he's
can
so
vote on,
great. We
okay,
didn't know it
who
was
the
gonna
best
happen.
boxer. You know what I mean?
Hold on, y'all.
Because
I got a great question for my guy Dwight,
Okay,
cause he like these two guys,
I like both
and
of them.
there's
You ain't
a
lying.
huge possibility they're gonna be fighting, man. And
Mm-hmm.
these guys was your boy. They were cool too, but now it looked like they might be fighting Earl
Who you
versus
talking about?
Jamel. What you think about it?
Who
mm-mm,
do I like in that fight? It depends on what weight. We
mm-mm.
talking about 54?
Yeah, they fighting at 54. Earl versus
Uh-oh.
Jamel.
I got Arrow.
You got
I'm gonna
Earl.
But
go. I'm gonna go. I'm
no,
gonna
no, no,
go
no,
with
no, no, no. Hold
Charlo.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I got Charlo for real, for real. But I got Arrow without the rust of sitting all these years off after the
Okay.
Crawford beat down. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got
Yeah.
Arrow like if he was
Charlo
active,
been off
active.
too though, but not as long.
No. He ain't been as active as
Right.
Arrow. He ain't been as active as Arrow. If he been as active as
Yeah.
Arrow, it would be,
I
you know what I'm saying?
I feel Charlo got the skills to pay the bills, man.
Oh no,
Earl
I
got
feel
to
like
show me.
Charles
Earl got
actually.
to show me a different style. He got to show me different than
Hey,
his normal
can I
coming
ask you a
forward. You
question?
know what
Can I
I'm
ask you a
saying?
question?
Mr.
What's Arrow's
Lister.
style? What's Arrow's style?
Mr. Lister. Earl style is a problem for Jamel. I've heard rumors of him stopping Jamel and sparring though. You never heard that?
Ooh.
I
Okay.
heard that too. I
You
heard
never
that
heard
too.
that?
Uh-oh.
I heard
Uh-oh.
that too.
Okay.
I heard that too. When they
I've
first
heard
start sparring
he
together, I
stopped
heard
both
he stopped them.
Charlos actually.
Yeah. No,
What?
I ain't hear about Maul. I listen. I ain't hear about Big Twin. I heard about Lit Twin definitely getting stopped by Arrow though. I
Yeah.
definitely heard about that.
Earl the truth. I ain't gonna lie. Earl is the truth. Earl, they call him the truth for a reason. He the truth.
Facts.
Yeah,
Truth.
I heard him punch on them boys.
Yeah. Ooh.
I definitely heard about that.
So his
I ain't heard about
style,
him punching on Big Twin, but I definitely heard him punching on Lit Twin.
definitely
Yeah.
give him problems.
Yeah, I got
I
Earl in
believe
that
it.
fight.
That pressure, man. Earl keep that pressure on your ass.
But it's calculated pressure though. Like
Yeah.
niggas act like my nigga
Oh
is
no,
that
that nigga break you down. That
right?
nigga break you
Arrow,
down.
Hey
Arrow
yo,
be breaking shit, bro. But don't
that's
get
I
what
me
I was
wrong.
swear,
Stop
saying.
cuz.
acting
Like,
like because he lost to Crawford, my nigga not
Nah,
one of them niggas, bro. He
nah.
one of
yo,
them,
Earl
bro.
still that nigga. Earl still that
For
nigga
I
in
real,
my
don't want to
head.
cut
Roberto.
y'all
He
Listen,
off for a
still.
listen.
second, but
Roberto Duran got knocked out by Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Roberto Duran, not
Right.
one of them niggas.
Yeah.
He
yeah, he
not.
was.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't
He
want to cut
was,
y'all
bro.
off, right? But I used to raise this question a whole lot. I
Go
was
ahead.
like,
Go ahead.
yo, y'all keep talking about Canelo going to crush Crawford to the body. Earl is a much better body puncher than Canelo. Earl
Hell
couldn't
yeah.
do it. Why y'all think Canelo going to do it? Canelo only throws single shots.
Can I
Because
say this though? Can I say this though?
they was considering the
Bro,
power
Earl
in
really
the weight.
digs to the body.
Can
He
I say this
does.
though?
And he vicious. He vicious.
Canelo throw to the body to knock you the fuck out. I think Earl is more of a soften you up body puncher.
He
Yeah.
breaking
To
Yeah.
ribs
me,
though.
in my opinion,
Yeah.
no. Both of them still break your ribs, nigga. You still
Yeah.
gonna be shitting. You still gonna be shitting on
Earl
express time, nigga.
just vicious,
But
man. He vicious
I
with
feel
his
like,
shit.
yeah, Earl, he's steadily trying to hit you down there, like, nigga,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
yeah. You took a gas for air, nigga. I'm finna hit you again. Breathe again. I'm finna hit you again. But
Yeah,
the thing
bro.
about Canelo, he trying to knock you out with a body punch. That's the difference. Like he trying to sit you on your ass.
And he's setting you up for
Yeah,
the head
yeah, yeah,
side.
yeah,
He
yeah,
loading
yeah,
up.
yeah,
He load
yeah.
up to
He'll
the
set it
body.
up with that bottom and goes right over the
Yes,
top.
set
You ain't
your
never
ass up.
lied.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the difference. Like Canelo, he trying to set it up and really he can knock you out with this motherfucker. But if you don't
I would I wouldn't
motherfucking
mind.
you want the band to this motherfucker, I'm gonna knock you on your ass.
I wouldn't mind see Keith one time Thurman fight Earl.
Yeah, I still want to see
He a
that.
bitch. He a
I
bitch.
still
He's
want to see that,
scared though.
bro. Hey,
Bro,
you call
everybody
Keith.
know Keith Thurman a bitch.
Yo,
Keith
come on,
Thurman's a
bro. Don't do
bitch.
that.
Keith Thurman's a bitch. I don't
The
give a
man
fuck
Yeah.
what
was the
nobody
man
said.
was injured, bro.
No, he what, bro. So we been alive. Hey, 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 You know I love you, gang.
That
But we
man
been
was
alive.
injured, bro.
We been alive, bro. He was
He
injured for
healthy now.
He was
He
injured for
healthy
2.5
now.
years. He was injured for 2.5 years, huh? Huh?
I
Yeah, he
swear
was.
you.
He had a shoulder injury.
Bro, I'm done, bro. I'm done, bro. You lying, bro. You lying, bro. You lying. You lying.
That's
He
what he
got his
said.
ass. He got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped by Manny Pacquiao. Then he's trying to come back right now and
Hey,
fight
yo, that was a
Dimitri
close fight.
Bivol.
Don't do that.
He got his ass whooped.
That
Go
was a
look at the box correction numbers, nigga.
that was a close fight, bro.
Nigga, if I outland you by 20 punches, nigga, I'll whoop your ass.
Shit, that is Manny though. Shit.
If I beat your ass by 20 punches, I beat your ass.
He took Manny lightly, man. He like, how I'ma lose to a guy that lost
I
to
ain't
a
trying to hear none of that. I ain't trying to hear that
how
sound
I'ma
like
lose to
excuses
a
to
guy
me.
that lost to a school teacher.
Yeah.
Manny not a school teacher though. He a
No,
senator
Manny
for the
lost to a school
Philippines,
teacher.
nigga. Man, stop trying to shit on my nigga Manny, folks. Manny a real nigga, folks.
Yeah. He one of them one. He a legend,
Oh,
bro.
bro,
Straight
he
up.
came up
Straight
from
up.
106 pounds to fight at 154, nigga. Stop playing with
Yeah.
my mans, folks.
Straight up.
Stop
One of the
playing with
greats.
my mans. He
One of
one of
the
the
greats.
goaty
He
goats.
ducked my boy though. I don't like that.
Who?
He ducked Bud.
Yeah, he did. But I
I
mean,
ain't trying to talk about all that,
Bro, they
bro.
should have been
but at the
fought a
same
long
time,
time ago.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean. But at the same
and
time,
my nigga got
everybody
cheated.
was ducking
My nigga
Bud.
got
You
cheated.
know what I'm
My nigga
saying?
got wait, hold on, wait. So he got cheated. I mean, he got ducked by Crawford at 140, but when he fought, at 135, but when he fought the little nigga, who was the little nigga? He got a G to end with his name.
Gamboa,
Damn. Gamboa.
Gamboa, yeah.
When he on shaky legs?
Who
What?
Crawford?
Yeah, wasn't he on shaky
Yeah.
legs
He
that
got
fight?
caught. Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
said,
So you
but you got to
wait,
remember, man,
If
Gamboa at the
that's
time.
if that's Manny catching him with that same punch, what you think that's gonna happen?
I don't know. We don't know.
Shit, Crawford ass would have
Cause let
been
me tell you
between the
why.
ropes.
Gamboa and Manny different.
Yeah, Manny is
Manny,
southpaw.
yeah, and Manny throw and flurries.
Gamboa caught him
No,
with a
no,
right
I'm
hand.
just saying that to talk shit. I'm just
No,
saying
I'm
that to
just
talk shit.
saying, like
Yeah, but I hear
technical,
you though. I hear you.
No,
You feel me?
I'm just
technicality, when
saying
he
that
breaks
at
it
He
down,
did
lightweight,
have
at
baby
light.
legs.
Listen. I'm a nigga that wrestled. I've cut weight to
Yeah,
make weight before, and
right,
I'm telling you, if you get caught with a punch like that
yeah,
at 135 after you that's been cutting 20 pounds, 30
right.
pounds, and
right,
shit, it's totally different, bro.
right.
Like Manny was coming up to make 135. Like you're cutting down and you cutting down from a weight that I walk around with. I walk around at 160, bro. If I was
Right.
to make 130 right now, nigga, what? Nigga, I'd die.
He said
Oh,
I
bro.
died.
I'd be dead. But
Yeah,
the thing
bro.
about it,
You won't have
No,
no
if you
endurance.
got, bro, that
no,
that's
no,
why they
it's not
hire
nothing got to do with
nutritionists, right?
endurance, bro. Like after you get past the
If you
60,
cutting weight, bro, you ain't gonna have
Dwight,
no
no,
energy
no,
to go to it
no.
around.
Listen,
Dwight,
listen.
that's the
Wrestling,
point of
wrestling,
hiring
wrestling.
nutritionists,
No,
bro.
no. But I'm telling you this because I was a wrestler, bro. Wrestling
Yeah,
is
but
only
you never had
3
a
periods.
nutritionist, bro. You
Right.
got
And you
No,
only
no,
you
got
see you
you
no.
only got three
That's
rounds
what
in
I'm
wrestling
saying.
in
That's what I'm
3
saying.
3 minute
That's what I'm
periods.
saying.
Talking
That's
about
exactly what
12.
I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. You got 3 periods, nigga. I can fuck a nigga up for 3 periods, nigga. I thought that's lost
Right.
20 pounds. But nigga,
yo.
You
if I
talking
got
about boxing though. 12.
12 rounds to
You ain't
go,
gonna be able to go.
thank
If you
you. All
cut
right.
30,
You see
if you
exactly
cut
what I'm
30
saying.
pounds from 160 to 130, and
Exactly.
then you ask to require to keep your skill, endurance, and power and go all the way
Exactly.
12 rounds,
Exactly.
something is gonna be compromised.
And
And
and fuck
that
skill and
compromise
power, you
is
got to be
gonna
able to
be
keep your
endurance.
mind. You got to be able to keep your mind. Your
Right,
mind is the biggest thing of all time, bro.
right.
Let's think about it. Now, listen. I'd have been in a wrestling match in the 3rd period, nigga. It's the first minute. What you think I'm thinking about? Damn, man, everybody on the sideline eating sandwiches and shit. Oh, nigga, that's what the fuck I was thinking. I'm hungry than the motherfucker. And I can't zone out. I
Hey,
can't do
hey,
none of
bro,
that.
you know what this first sign of fatigue is? Cramping.
Yep, that's exactly what you get, nigga.
That's what I'm saying, bro. When you sweat and cut and weight like that, you're sacrificing endurance.
Yep, yep, that's what I'm
You know,
saying.
I ain't want to
And
say that. I ain't want to say nothing, but
Crawford
I
could
wrestle
pull
too.
this
You see
shit
what I'm
off.
saying?
Oh
Yes,
no,
bro. And
listen. If you a wrestler, you
when
know
you
what's
cut
going
weight
on.
like that,
Yep,
cause I wrestle too on a collegiate level, and I'm telling you,
I did too. Yep, at Southern
when
Illinois Carbondale University.
I had to cut weight the day of my
Me
match,
too. Yep,
and
yep.
I'm telling you, the endurance
It's something
you have
totally
to.
different.
It's totally different, man.
Totally
To the
different. That's why I
yeah,
tell people, bro,
it
if you talk about
affects
endurance, if
everything
you talk about
else. Yeah,
endurance, wrestlers
yeah,
are number one. It's nobody fucking with
yeah.
wrestlers as far as endurance.
Don't nobody know
Nobody.
more about that than from cutting weight, going to different weight classes.
Bro,
You can identify. Trust me, I know.
listen. I'm finna tell you some shit, and I bet you can relate. Running 3 miles before practice, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Going to
sir,
do
man. Like I
practice.
said, man, I'm
Then
talking about,
look,
bro.
no, look. Going to
Man,
do
I can
practice
give you
after
stories.
that.
Man,
Going to
listen.
do practice after that.
Listen, bro.
Look.
I ain't
And
even
then
talking
running
about
another
practice.
3 miles after that.
I'm talking about the day of the match when you get on the scale. Both of y'all
Oh,
got
for
to weigh
sure,
each
for
other at
sure,
the same time. You
for
don't make
sure.
Dwight,
weight in your match,
Mister,
huh?
I'm gonna hop on this joint tomorrow morning. If y'all want to stay on, I'm gonna let y'all on. All right, but I
We
gotta
on.
Okay,
hop
bro.
off.
Okay, bro.
Y'all want to stay on for a little bit?
Nah,
We
man,
good.
go ahead, man.
We good.
And
We good. We
I'm
good.
gonna catch you. Yeah, I'm gonna catch you on
I'm
Yeah,
next
finna
give
hop
time.
me a
back
call
on
in the
this bitch
morning,
though.
Dwight.
Subscribe.
I'm gonna hop back on
Yeah,
this bitch in the
already
morning.
subscribed.
All right, Dwight. I appreciate you, Brody.
Look,
Man,
gang,
I
I'm back
appreciate
on this
y'all,
bitch though.
man.
Whenever you back starting it up, I'm ready.
Lister, appreciate you.
Bless you guys, man. Be safe.
You too.
Yes, sir.